What's happening?
So apparently our flight's delayed because there's no flight attendant. So we had to just sit here now. And then our next flight was like a 45-minute layover. So now we're going to be like 30 minutes late. So
And there's just
maybe we'll get
all
there
these
eventually.
people waiting.
We should have just slept in as well.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So hopefully we can get up in the air quickly.
Well, what happened was that we would have slept in, and then
They wouldn't have.
yeah.
You know what's funny is when we were driving here, I even told the kids, I'm like, hey, you know how it's like waking up early and you're always groggy? I'm like, I wonder if they're like that when they're the pilots and the flight attendant people. And then like literally that's what happens.
So what you're saying is it's your fault.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I told him, I said it's your fault, you jinxed it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Great.
so-
So yeah, I guess we'll see what happens when we get to Houston and if we make it in time.
Everything worked out in the end. We found a flight attendant, managed to get to Dallas and get through there without any complications, unless you count the airplane breaking down and we have to swap 3 different planes. But all in all, we made it to Costa Rica. Steve and Albert picked us up from the airport and took us out to lunch. After leaving the restaurant, we traveled over to the Sawmill to get our first look at the Jatoba log. I stand about 5'6", and this bad boy is still wider than I am tall. It's insane. Due to the cost of importing items into Costa Rica, the community teamed up together to provide services for one another, so that way they could focus less on having to buy new products when things break down and focus more on repairing what they already have. This goes to show another strong sense of community for the country. What you're seeing is one of the men at the sawmill showing off exactly what they do to upkeep on their blades. As you can imagine, massive saw blades like this are extremely expensive. And when the blades go dull or are warped or become broken, the team finds a way to make sure that the blade is repaired and is still safe to use. He shows off exactly what they do to keep the blades sharp, as well as flatten the blades out. A lot of the tools that we saw that they have are either homemade or have been around far longer than most of us have been born. Through proper management and upkeep, everything still functions and works well for what they need. Remember that this company harvests dead trees. All the logs that they have in the yard have either fallen or have died from the inside. And by taking these fallen trees and reducing that carbon footprint, they manage to take the logs and repurpose them. And because the logs are not left to rot and they're not burned, the carbon remains within the log itself, thus creating a safer environment for the country and reducing the carbon footprint for the world.
Don't know if I was out of fuel or just.
No, he says you don't know how to run it.
Oh yeah.
Your arm numb?
I mean, not so much. It's a whole different engine to run.
You want to keep going?
I'll cut a little more.
Thank you so much for watching this video. We actually had to split this video into 2 parts, so tune in next week to see the inspection of our new shipment and a tour of the warehouse. A special thank you to everyone at Live Edge Slabs Costa Rica. We truly appreciate your hospitality.